All right, well, welcome back to another episode of Francis and Friends. You know who it is, Coach Francis here. What's going on? And today, man, we got another very, very important, very legend, man. Like if you know Toronto hoops, if you know hoops in Canada in general, man, you know we got a legend here. We got Myck Kabongo here. How you doing, brother?
Man, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, coach, for having me on this podcast. And everyone back home, it's good to, share a little bit of my story. And hopefully it's helping the next. And obviously, we have a lot of talent coming out of our country.
For sure.
And, I'm excited just to be a big part of it and continue this wave that's growing.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, but yeah, let's just jump into it, man. For those that don't know, I mean, we're gonna get into the whole story and stuff, but for those that don't know, you're a rapper as well as a pro ball player. So I seen a post on IG a few days ago saying Mount Rushmore of rap, and it had Big, had Tupac, and it had Jay, and then there was a blank. So
Right.
if you were to do your Mount Rushmore of rap,
Right.
who would your Mount Rushmore of rap be?
Definitely Hove is number one. No doubt,
I respect it.
timeless music. I'm a big Hove fan. Then I'm gonna go Ye,
Okay.
just because he's a monster.
He
He's
is.
never
He is.
made the same album, and he's just musically, he's gonna grow.
Yeah.
Also you got to put Pac in there and Biggie. I put them together,
Together. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
uh,
That's
you
fair.
know how that goes. So you got to
Yeah.
slide them in that slot together.
For sure. For
What
sure.
they've done for hip hop, it's
For sure.
cemented. You can't
Yeah.
take that away from them. And then I'll
I
go
agree.
number four, Drizzy Drake.
You got
Definitely,
Drake in top in Mount
sure,
Rushmore.
for
I rate
sure.
it.
Come on, what he's done in music is come on. You can't take that away from him as well. And then
Yep.
number five is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne
Easy
is
put a lot of people on.
yeah, Lil Wayne. Come on, who doesn't know all those mixtapes with DJ
Yeah.
Drama back in the day?
Sure.
And we were all playing, going to AAU trips.
Going
Come
in.
on,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lil Wayne was that guy.
Cannon was my joint for sure.
It's
For the
crazy on
longest stretch.
MySpace. I used to have Lollipop as my song because on MySpace back in the day, you have a song. Lil Wayne
Yeah.
was that
Yeah.
guy. He was
Yeah. Yeah.
a MySpace song.
Nah.
So yeah,
Cannon was my joint back in the day. That when
can't go
that
crazy.
when
Can't
that
go.
hit, it was like, all right, this is another beast, man. Okay, so we got your Mount Rushmore of rap, but we also know you're a hooper. What's your Mount Rushmore of hoops?
Oof.
You got, man.
All right, well, I can always go. I'm gonna give you two sides, one from the city and then one
Okay,
from because I think that needs to start taking place. So we
sure.
start having history because we have a lot of history in Canadian basketball that does
Period.
not
Yeah.
get recognized. And you go to America and these guys are recognized. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They have
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
75. And why are we not doing that for a place that is producing not only I say the second most NBA players outside of the
Period.
United
Yeah. Yeah. For
States?
sure.
So we need to be doing
U.S.
that
number
for our
one. I think
country.
Canada's right there. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So, all right, my top five in the league, current or all time.
You can go all time.
All time
Yeah,
number
all time.
one for sure is Jordan. Come on, you can't. That like, come on.
Yeah.
Some of these
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
deserve to be on the list because
Yeah.
we
I
know what.
agree.
But number one, it's him.
Yeah.
Number two, definitely, it's gonna be Braun,
Okay.
for sure. Number three, um, this is tough, but you gotta put. This is mine's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yours. Yours.
I'll
Yeah.
put. I'll put Code three. Number four, you gotta have Shaq because Shaq was too dominant, and I remember why you can shop Shaq. So Shaq,
Couldn't
and
stop him.
then number five, because this is my time too.
Yeah.
Obviously I know there's the great point guard Steph and all of them.
Mhm.
You can put Isaiah Thomas. You could put Larry Bird. You could put Kareem. That's the time that I didn't get to see.
I,
This is
I
these
I didn't watch
guys.
that either. Yeah.
I went and watched full Jordan games, so I
Yeah.
could say
Yeah.
Jordan was that guy.
Yeah.
Most of these guys don't have full games out there, so I can't really assess. I'm a film
Yeah.
junkie. And then number five, I'll go AI, just because of who
I love
what he
it.
brought to the
Culture.
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 What he
Yeah.
brought to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
culture. You feel me? He was monumental in my career. I wear the sleeves because of him. You know
I
what I mean?
yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna
You know
say. I
what I'm saying?
mean, like,
Yeah.
I came up trying to have my hair braided. I
Right.
couldn't back then. You couldn't really find the sleeves because like the sleeves were like those were like looked at as like
You can't,
injury stuff. Like you wear
yeah,
if you're
yeah, yeah,
injured. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You had to get
Cut
the
the
sock
sock. You have to
and
cut
cut
the
them.
sock. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I know this. I'm
That's what
from
you
the
have to do.
way.
yeah,
Hit the
yeah,
side,
yeah.
cut it with the scissors, and you got
Yeah,
the sleeve. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly, exactly.
definitely. And then my
And then
top five in the city, or I would say in Canada basketball history,
Canada.
I would say, number one for me, obviously, is Denim Brown.
Indeed.
What Denim Brown means to Canada basketball is everything. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
That's first I would say the pioneer, for real, if we're being real.
For being the
Just for
guy
what he
who,
meant for me personally.
yeah, yeah,
Number
for
two,
sure.
you gotta go with Steve Nash, of course. You know what I'm saying? Definitely throw Steve Nash in there. Number three, Jamal McGlure, for sure, for what
Big
he's
cat.
done for the city. Big Cat is
Mhm.
definitely, someone that is a legend.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Number four is Junior Cadogan, hands
All right.
down.
Yeah.
And then number five is me.
I rate it. I rate
Done.
it. I,
Yeah.
I definitely rate it. I remember seeing Junior in the Slam mag. I'm like, this guy is cemented. Being an
Yes.
older one, the Slam mag. I'm like, all right, they're cemented, man. There's nothing no one can tell me about them. They're
Yeah.
cemented, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so kind of what kind of started at the beginning a little bit, being a kid from Blake Street. What was that beginning like for you, man? Growing up on Blake Street, hooping, like what got you into hoops on Blake Street? You know?
Well, I got lucky to, first I lived in Bleecker. Some people don't know that. So my
Okay.
family, first when we moved to the city, I was in Bleecker. So, it was around wintertime. I remember I moved to Canada. So it was too cold to be playing soccer. We were soccer people. So,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
that's my first love. Soccer is my first love, my first true sport that I really had a passion for, And then, all my friends in the neighborhood were hooping. So then it was like, damn, I sucked. I was trash. But I would always go to the community center every Friday, Harbor Front. If you know about the Harbor Front
Yeah.
runs,
Yeah.
I'd go watch the older heads that are from my hood. You know what I'm saying? Go down there and play. Or the Jane and Finch tournaments. I would always just be around
Finish
basketball,
tournaments.
always.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I had great, I would say, legends in my neighborhood that I saw hoop. Some of the, I would say, the most talented ever, still to this day. Alex Pagnon, my
Mhm.
brothers, my older brothers were nice. You know what I mean? And seeing just
Mhm.
guys from the neighborhood that were cold, and Kempton Howard, obviously someone that passed away, that
Rest in
showed,
peace. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean, that showed me
That's
my
my
way.
guy.
Yeah, showed me my way with just the poise of the game, changing pace, and
Yeah.
just being a point guard, getting everyone involved, but still scoring. Just little things that I learned from there that just took my game to the next level. Because once I met Coach Roy Russell and started playing for Grassroots Canada,
Yeah.
by then I think everyone in the city knew, like, all right,
Level
there's
up.
an eighth grader on the east side of the city that's making noise, and then I got to play with the older guys, and the rest is history.
Kind of just kind of flashing back a little bit, like Kempton, like being a kid, being a dude who came from, like I grew up in Galloway, so in Scarborough, so like that's
Right,
on the
right,
other,
right,
like Scarborough and Blake Street, like it's
right.
like other ends
Mhm,
of the city. But Kempton came from those ends, came down to Galloway,
mhm,
and he showed love to everybody.
mhm,
So from day one, he's somebody who I always rock with. So rest in
mhm.
peace to him, man, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah.
All right, so kind of jumping from there, making some runs, you kind of getting on with roll a little bit, and then you kind of you start your career a little bit in high school at Eastern,
Right,
and you go
right,
from Eastern, kind of
right.
St. Benedict's, and then you kind of go on that kind of little high school run a little bit. Talk about your high school. Talk about that run from going from Eastern, playing with Tristan.
Right.
Um, what was that journey like for you?
Well, what I want people to know is, like, winning was always the main important thing for me because I saw it firsthand when I got to Eastern. If you know
Yeah,
about Eastern
Eastern.
Commerce,
Yeah,
they never lost
yeah,
ever. And if they did, it was like, if Twitter and all that existed and Instagram, you'd be shocked,
crazy.
because they were beating teams by 30, 40 that
I
everyone
remember
claimed.
seeing. I remember seeing like because like I went to West Hill, so
Right,
during the West Hill battles were always
right,
and then Oak Cliff was up in there. Like that's when the city was like it was
right.
crazy. City was crazy
Right.
back those times.
Pickering High,
Yeah,
Pickering always had a good, Emory had a good squad,
Henry. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So, these are the, what was the one school by Bathurst? Central Tech had a
Like
competing team at
M-
times, you know what I mean?
MT.
MT, yeah,
MT
MT
was up
always had
there.
a little squad that could compete.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these are things that I would just say that, I went and I saw what it looked like to win. Roy Rana is one of the best coaches, not only in Canada, but around the world. You know
Bro,
what I mean?
yeah.
He's now coaching with Egypt, who I just saw not too long ago, and you could just see the greatness that was in that program. So I got to see firsthand what went into winning. Being consistent with hard work. That was my first tour day, was at Eastern. We'd
All
wake up
right.
at 6, you come in for 6 o'clock runs or weights with
Yeah.
whatever. after school, you know what it
Back in
is. You're
there.
in that small, the hot gym.
Back in there.
Getting
No
it in.
corner three.
No corner three. You know, you can't even step on the corner. If you're
Yeah.
trapped there, you know the traps they used to do, the 1-2-2
Yeah.
press.
Yeah.
You get you in that corner, it's over for
Done.
you, you know.
Done. Yeah.
So nah, I just learned what winning was from there, and then I didn't finish. Obviously, I went to St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey, and then I really got to see what winning meant on another level. You know, this was one of the best high schools, not only in the whole world, you know, damn near producing the best players in the tri-state area. Some people that you guys don't know or you do know, J.R. Smith, the Ronaldo, the Tristans, the Mees, Isaiah Briscoes. There's a lot of people that
A lot
came
of
out.
guys came through there. Yeah.
So, you know, I got to see winning, probably lost 4 games my high school career, which was amazing because, you know, that's what I want people to know. Like all I cared about, how I got up in the rankings, how my name ever even got into place and mentions was because of winning. And I think a lot of young players need to know that. You know, winning takes care of everything. You know, nobody cared if I scored 23, 24. Could I do it on a nightly basis? Yeah, but I didn't have to. Knew I had guys in the wing that were better. And that's what players need to understand. It's personnel. If you really want to play this game at a high level, like, you know what I mean? And you got to think the game. The game is not just okay, I'm shooting threes and hoisting them every time I get the ball. No, it's knowing time and score, knowing what's happening every possession. So that's what I just want to know from tell kids, you know, that's what made my high school career propel and get to the level where I was the #1 point guard in my class. It's because guess what? I'm a winner. You place any 4 guys, I think I have a chance to go in any building and get a dub.
Period. So talk about high school, and now you got that infamous summer with the Vegas 64 shootout with that Grassroots roster. A lot of people don't like. That's probably one of the best AAU teams in Canadian history. You know, you got yourself.
Not just Canadian history, AAU history.
AAU history, AAU history.
Just not Canada. Like what we did.
For sure. For sure.
That's just history, not just Canada. You feel
but like y'all played Oakland Soldiers. And on your team, y'all had you, Tristan, Dwight Powell, who's in the league, Junior, Jason Calise, Alwyn was on that team. Y'all had Rob
Corey Joseph.
Corey was on that team. Yeah. Brady was on the team. Yeah, that team was stacked, man. Talk to me about that summer, and then a summer leading up to the big tournament, and then that tournament.
Well, I just feel like, you know, like everyone, we were kind of buzzing, you know, we were always going like to the Final Four at Pittsburgh, the Pitt Jam. So we were always getting close, but not getting there, you know, because like at the same time, we were not intimidated, you know, and we had to gain our respect. And that's how it just goes with basketball, period. You know, when you first get in anywhere, high school freshman, you're not going to get no calls. So with that Canadian team where we're coming over here, we're not getting calls. You know, they're giving us the horrible 9 a.m. games after we had to ride. You know, that 16-hour ride. No stress.
Was crazy.
So, you know, they were giving us the worst of the worst. And we, you know, we just mentally got to a point where we felt disrespected, first of all. And we just felt that we were better than everybody else because we really put in the work. You know what I mean? So when we just go to that tournament, our team was just stacked. We had 2 starting 5s. You know, think about it. You know what I mean? Like Junior starting and I'm his backup. That's amazing. You know? And Corey starting and Brady Heslip, the best shooter, I think, ever.
Crazy.
Ever shooting that didn't to the show.
Yeah.
It's Brady Heslip.
If you don't know, man, you gotta look up his YouTube videos of him in the league.
That was an automatic assist.
Like
him this open, it's going in.
Yeah,
and
period.
Then, we had, you know, like I said, our bigs were all pros. You know what I mean? And the fact that we just went there with that mindset, okay, we were always getting close. We're sick of getting disrespected, and, you know, we're gonna prove a point. And then, you know, we made history and became the first team, I guess, you know, to win, you know, such a big tournament.
Big tournament, big tournament. 64. That tournament kind of set the precedent for like teams going down there following, because before that, everyone thought Canadians lived in igloos.
Right.
Nobody thought that Canada had any black people in Canada. So it was just like the culture shifted. And like one of the first people who I seen to shift that kind of culture was like guys like Javon Shepard, who's like my OG, you know, Denham. All those guys kind of shifted that culture to say, oh no, like Canada really has some talent. And then for you guys to go down there to a major AAU tournament, probably at that time, probably the biggest tournament in the AAU circuit, and y'all go down there and win against, which is pretty much a routine, really good team with Oakland Soldiers. Like they always have pretty good program, a good team. So you guys go out there and win against them in that field. Historic, you know what I mean? So you kind of go from there.
I'll say a funny story about that team.
What's that? Yeah.
That I think that people kind of need to like get the gist of what we were. We played Derrick Rose All Stars. You know, at the time, if you know, the team was the real deal. Mind you, we played a game. I think because I was playing 16s and 18s, so going from gym to gym to gym. So we didn't have our full team because they set us up with a bad game, so we didn't get the stretch. So we get to the gym, they're already warmed up. You know how it goes. 2 minutes on the clock. They're saying they're gonna forfeit if we don't play. No problem. We get on the court. Mind you, I would say first half, if it was, we up by 40. And I'm throwing the ball at the glass. We throwing the tray. We're going, hey, you know how it is. One of them blowout.
Yeah.
And then the coach, Derek's brother, he threw the chair on the floor. He said, he got the team off the court. That's what we were doing the teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We played Kawhi's team with Klay Thompson, and we blew them out by 20. Like, these are guys that I'm telling you guys were greats. And not only you got to understand how great this team was. We were coached well. Not only that, we played for each other, and we were not scared of nobody. I could still say that squad, would be in the top 10 of all time AAU pro teams of all time when you think of it, for what we did in the conference. Yeah,
sure, for sure. So you kind of that's the kind of rap of your high school. You capped it off with that kind of Vegas tournament, and then you kind of you're, as you said, number one point guard in your class, and then you kind of start your recruitment process.
Mm-hmm.
What was that process like for you, man? Like going through that process?
Like I said, it was easy for me. I always knew that I wanted to play with T and play with CJ. That's something that we've always spoken about. So wherever they were going, I was going at the time. But I also had strong ties with Duke and Kentucky. Me and Mike Gilchrist's relationship is like this, like brothers, and Anthony Davis. And then I had a strong relationship with Austin Rivers. So we wanted to play at Duke together, But at the end of the day, the relationship I have with Coach Barnes, still to this day, I can call him and we speak basketball, speak life. That goes beyond the court. That's what basketball can do for you. It can make you have relationships where it goes beyond the game. And I got lucky to have that in that coach and that program, because a lot of people don't have that. You can ask around. It's a shady kind of business at times where after you're done, we thank you. You're just a number. Goodbye, next. Yeah. And I'm grateful that I had a program that embraces me like one of their own, and that's why it was an easy decision for me to go to Texas and do what I did.
That's crazy. That's dope. So you kind of mentioned you had a relationship with Duke, Kentucky, and Texas. Was that your final three?
Yeah, it's my final three. My final three. Okay, funny, North Carolina kind of came strong at the end, but and Kansas, but I just, like I said, like Texas, history we had there with point guards, the DJ Augustins, the TJ Fords, the Avery Bradleys, the list can go on and on. Booby Gibson,
guards.
The guards that we had, Jacobin Brown, it can go on and on. So I just want to be part of a rich tradition.
Okay, so first time you kind of had that talk, that kind of back and forth with Coach at Texas, did you know right away that you were kind of, you were already locked into Texas? Like, did you already like you said you were following Corey, you were following Tristan, you kind of had the talk already, but when you had that talk with Coach at Texas, were you already like, yeah, I'm in, just get me here?
It was not so much so following. I would say we had a plan to go win a championship together.
Period. Okay.
That was the main thing. Back in the day, it was more so about winning,
Winning,
And like we were like, yo, wherever we go, we're gonna win. That's what we just felt like. We just felt like, all right, us three on the court, like we feel like we can beat anybody, tonight. So that's what it boiled down to. But at the end of the day, for me, it was like, all right, yeah, I wanted to be with them, but the relationship that I had with the coaches, it just went beyond. It goes beyond the game, They call my mom still to this day, check on her. This is real life stuff, that like goes beyond basketball. It's something that's gonna stop, but like, that they've still to this day like family.
So you, Corey, Tristan, you guys have kind of been locked at the hip for years, coming through high school ball, AAU ball, college, even pro stuff. Like, what is one thing about both of them about their game that many people don't understand, or like they don't give them credit for? So like, you guys are all winners. Corey got a ship, Tristan got a ship. What's something about their game that like meant that people just don't understand, or don't give them credit for?
It's just the team play. It's just getting lost in today's game. I think you put those guys in any team and interject them, they're gonna make winning plays and be a part of a winning club. It's just
Mm-hmm.
little things that go into winning. Those are the guys that you want to glue in your team if you want to win a championship. You know what I mean? So that's what I just think that's the undervalue. But it's valued at a high rate. It's
Yeah,
guys
for
that you
sure.
can plug in and just help winning. When it comes to basketball.
Yeah, for sure. Because you look at both those guys. Both those guys have are NBA vets. To go from where y'all came from the city, playing in AAU tournaments, whatever, and now they're established NBA vets. Who have that pedigree behind them of chips now stuff. So fast forward, you kind of have your career at Texas. Fast forward, now you're kind of going through the combine process. What was that combine process like for you coming out of Texas?
It's a grind. You have to be mentally, physically prepared.
Mhm.
I was really ready. I put the work in. I was not scared of the grind. I had probably
Yeah,
worked out to 23 teams, which is tough
crazy.
because one day you'll be in Utah, you go to LA, you're in Chicago, and it's like you're in 4 or 5 different time zones in a week.
Damn.
And then you have the weekend off, and then you got to go back again on Monday in 4 different states. But if you love the game, which I do, didn't
Mm-hmm.
phase me. If I see a gym doesn't matter if it's 5, 12, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hoop and lace them up. So for me, it was a fun experience just to get to know the front offices and personnel around the NBA because these are
Mm-hmm.
faces that I see now everywhere I go to play. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
have,
yeah.
to have been through that process. And yeah, of course, it didn't work out the way I wanted to. But at the end of the day, there's always a silver lining to things because to be with
Mm-hmm.
the San Antonio Spurs right after going undrafted throughout that whole process
Yeah.
was a blessing in disguise because I learned how to really be a professional from Timmy, from Manu, and TP. It was and then Kawhi and Corey being there was my brother. It was a very easy transition for me because it was a tough period. It was not easy.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to be somewhere, but guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You get dealt a different card and hands of cards.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna deal with it? I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I don't fall on my back. I just keep going. I keep grinding. So that's
Fine.
testament of what I came up from how I was as a kid. It's
Yeah.
just the grind. The work will take care of itself. And grateful for a 9-year overseas career where I never
Crazy.
thought I'd see around the world about
Mm-hmm.
3 times now, which I'm very grateful and I'm blessed for.
Yeah. No, kind of. That's crazy. Like speaking about overseas, like you were playing in Africa,
Right.
basketball, Africa League, and you're out there grinding, putting in work. And then Jermaine Cole comes out there. What was what when you heard the news that J. Cole was coming out there, what was your reaction to that? Did you feel like, okay, well, whatever, he's just another guy, or were you like, nah, like this kind of disrespectful, like this is something that I put my heart into, I grind, and then this guy comes in, or were you excited? Like, what was your reaction to initially hearing that?
Knowing him personally, for me, I've known the grind that he's put in. Him and Ibrahim, his manager, they
Mm-hmm.
love basketball and they know the game.
Yeah,
Probably more than 99.9% of people out there that had to talk. So at the
yeah,
end of the day, if you know basketball, these guys are real basketball heads, real hoopers. They really done this.
mm-hmm.
He's someone that's been putting in the work and the hours. He came in there to help his team. And for me, at the end of the day, I just respect someone that can put in the work, and want to learn because that's all it is. At the end of the day, it's someone that was passionate about something, had an opportunity that was placed in front of him, and he seized it just like everyone else would around the world. This is a
Mm-hmm.
child dream of his. Why not do it? And that's why I just feel like it's kind of it's weird that people felt a way about it. I feel
Hating
like
on
it's
him,
kind of
yeah,
I feel like it was cool. I feel like he
mm-hmm.
only brought more publicity to the league, more
Sure,
people talking about the league. There's nothing but great things that came out of it. So yeah, it was dope to see him there. Just like us. He bleeds like us. He breathes like us. So he got the hoop like us, and it was cool to have someone of that stature there.
there, yeah, for sure. Like and then you seen the impact that just having someone of that stature in the gym on the roster there. Like you watch the Scarborough Shooting Stars stuff that happened this summer. Like tickets were crazy, just to come and just get a glimpse of him. So that put other players on that roster like in the forefront. 'Cause everybody's watching that. So I seen another thing on IG saying that after J. Cole left, you became the best rapper in the league in the BAL. Talk to me about managing your hoops and your music. Like, is that something that comes together? Is that something that like you gotta put time out for it? Like, what's that process like for you with your hoops and your music?
I have a lot of different interests. Those are just some of the ones that I definitely put out there for people to know. But I have a lot of downtime with basketball. Definitely like, once it's a job, you're in the gym probably from 9 to 11 or so. Then I have a long period, probably till 5 and then till 7. So there's times where I can, have to myself. And it's when I, jot down my thoughts and my lyrics or, tap into the different arts that I'm into. So that's just how it comes, or those long flights or long bus ride trips on the road. So that's how it all comes about, the music. It just comes seamlessly. It flows naturally. It's not forced, it's just something that comes from, that I feel like, all right, these are some of the things and experiences that I had. And I feel like music is an outlet for whatever you're going through, someone else may be going through and they can relate to you. And that's what I feel like I make my music for. You feel me? The relatability of it. To show like, yeah, you could overcome whatever from where I came from. At the end of the day, I was born in Africa for real. I'm never supposed to make it this far. So I'm a testament of just knowing, all right, you put the hard work in, treat people the right way, treat people how you want to be treated, and people will respect it off of the grind that you put in. And, the work will always show. So that's what I believe in.
Period. No, that's something that a lot of people kind of with society now, like everything is like a micro. Everyone looks at the society now as like a microwave. Like everyone needs it now. Everyone wants to get the quick fix or the easy route. And for guys like you who have been grinding for years now, like the work always shows. For real. So this is kind of the end, almost end of the interview, but quick questions for you. Who was your toughest matchup at the guard spot?
Toughest matchup at the guard spot. It's a couple people. I mean, I had to say Corey Joseph was the toughest one at first when I seen him in the 8th, 7th grade at the SH gym in the east side of Toronto. And him and Ashton Khan, tough for the Scarborough Blues, so respect to them. Then I would say Joe Jackson, a guy from Memphis who was a cold-blooded killer, man. Short guard, could score, jump, bounce. Then I would say Tariq Evans. He was a freshman, big guard, but really can handle the ball, shoot over you, plays at a great pace. He was tough. And then I would say Ty Lawson, the speed once he got in the league. You just see the pace that he played at was kind of tough. I'm fast and I got to see that. So I'd say that Manu Ginobili for sure. One-on-one impact. He's tough. Yeah, very you can't time it. As a defender, you gotta time people, like, all right, he has this rhythm he likes. You just have no idea what he's gonna do. Like, bro, what did you just do? So definitely one of the definitely toughest guards.
Cool. Okay, all right. Top 5 album of all time.
Ooh,
putting you on right now.
All right, well, number one for me is the Black album.
Okay.
Just because of what it got me, that was one of the best albums I feel like at the time. Got me through a moment, definitely. Number 2, College Dropout.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, Get Rich or Die Trying, for real.
Yep. I got that too.
Get Rich or Die Trying, number 3.
That's a legendary album, man.
No skips, man. No skips. You press play, so definitely that's number 3. Number 4, this is a tough one, but I think I have to put it in there just because of what it did to hip hop. The Carter 3.
Okay.
Carter 3. What it did was crazy. You know what I mean? It just shifted things. and the monument. This is for our time too, guys.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we
for
had
sure, for sure.
together hip hop, then it'll be a different list.
Yeah, yeah,
For the Illmatics and stuff. This is just the
yeah,
personal
yeah.
top five. So people don't feel me. So definitely, I put that, I put that in there, and then I'll put my number 5, Born Sinner. Born Sinner, crazy. Born Sinner go crazy. Just
It goes next.
yeah, but I mean, just with the man, it's just a different. I'm spiritual. I
Yeah.
believe in God. So like, just I mean, damn, Kendrick's too. I could put Good Kid number 5 actually.
Yeah.
Actually, Section 80 might be better for me. So I put Section 80 in number 5, K
Okay.
Dot, and then I put Cole and him together. But
Yeah, like you got to, man. The one thing that I always said, like I love me some Kendrick, I love me some J. Cole. I'm still bitter they didn't put out that project that they were working on. I'm still bitter they didn't put it out, man.
Logistics
I'm
and
bitter, man. Yeah, I know, man. But like
you gotta get clearances.
they dropped they dropped
paperwork.
the 2 tracks. I'm like, this is gonna be the best album of all time.
You know how I go with the paper. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
some in the stash. But yeah, me, I got some in the stash for sure. That's gonna be something pretty cool. Definitely hip hop is alive. My new album's out right now.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard it, make sure you go listen to it. Just bringing back that sound. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like everyone's definitely on a different wave.
For sure.
Um,
Yeah.
just sit down and really listen to the words. If you listen
Mm-hmm.
to the words, then I think people would be like, all right, he really talking. So,
Really in it. Yeah.
you know what I mean? But definitely, be on the lookout for something special coming real soon, and you can use it for your podcast for sure.
For sure.
For the city. So just know I got like a little surprise for the city coming out soon.
Dope. All right, we got 2 more coming up. 2 more. All right. 5 dinner guests, dead or alive.
Okay, 5. Number 1, Muhammad Ali. Well, Jesus Christ for sure.
Okay.
I mean, why not? Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
I'm trying to meet the man. Number 2, I say Muhammad Ali. Number 3, Michael Jackson. Number 4, Elon Musk. No. Ye. I'll take Ye. Ye over him for sure. Yeah, Ye. Number 5, buddy name. I just had him in my mind too. Obama.
Okay. No, that's
actually Justin Trudeau, or I'll take that back. Justin Trudeau, that guy.
Okay.
Come on, man. What are you doing back home? What's going on? He need to have you know what?
A real conversation.
I need to sit down and talk with that guy because what's going on, man? What's going on in airports? I don't even want to fly in the city. You got people sleeping on Pearson airport floors with their kids. Come on, bro. Gas prices out of this world.
Crazy.
Bro, come on,
gas
man.
Prices are crazy. I
come on, let's get this thing right, man.
Crazy. Yeah, it's.
I mean, so I'm gonna sit down with him and have a talk with Flash. You know what I'm saying? Tell him.
Yeah. All right, and the last one I got for you, man. You plus any 4. You pull up to the blacktop. You plus any 4.
Oh.
That you've played with before in your career. Any 4. Who's your 5, man?
All right. The 1, me. 2, Courtney Fells, who's an amazing, crazy. At the 3, KD. At the 4, Dwight Powell. No, at the 5, Dwight Powell. I'll take 5. You're gonna hustle hard. You're gonna play hard too at the pick. You don't care. You don't care. So I need that. And at the number 4 spot, I'm gonna move that around. Katie's at the 4.
At the 4,
yeah. The Dwight could be the 5. My 3 is who my 3 is. Actually, Luca's gonna be my 3 because he could be he could be on the wing making things happen. Courtney Fells 2, me at the 1. That's my spot.
That's nutty. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
you got GM, it's fun, you know.
That's nutty. Yeah, you got KD at the 4, and you know Dwight. All you're gonna do is just hustle,
rebound, play hard. Defend the screens, call screens during pickup. Come on, bro. We ain't trying to lose, and you already know it. Luka's demon.
Yeah,
you're demon.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. But man, this is about the end of the podcast. I want to say I appreciate you, man, for jumping on, taking the time out, chop it up with me. You are a legend in Canada. For those that don't know, you guys go out and look up the story. A legend. Your family, what your family's doing. Legend, man. So I
Man,
definitely,
like I said, bro, that anything for you and your podcast, anything you need when I'm in the city, I appreciate this. Definitely thankful for you, you know, for having the time to share some of my story. And that's all I've been trying to do, you know, is just represent Toronto at a high standard whenever I'm away, whenever I'm back home, and Canada as a whole. Because it's not just Toronto I'm representing. I know I gotta represent the whole country, you know. We had to be put on the map. So I'm still going, I'm still grinding. Like I said, bro, I'll be back in the city. Look out for tickets. I'll be doing a show possibly at some time soon. So look out for that. August 14th, I believe, Dundas Square. Look around. Yeah, I'll be giving out more information on that. But yeah, you know, it's love always.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, this has been another episode of Francis and Friends. We appreciate you. We are out, man.